All right, Braves fans, it's time for Atlanta Braves baseball. The Atlanta Braves will be taking on the Washington Nationals at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, let's look at the starting lineups. First, for the Washington Nationals, playing center field is Thomas. The shortstop is Escobar. The right fielder is Soto. The first baseman is Bell. The third baseman is Keyboom. The left fielder is Hernandez. The catcher is Adams. The second baseman is Garcia. And the starting pitcher for the Washington Nationals is Espinino. Again, that's Thomas, Escobar, Soto, Bell, Keyboom, Hernandez, Adams, Garcia, and Espino. And now, these starting lineups for your Atlanta Braves. Batting first, the second baseman, Ozzy Albies. Batting second, the right fielder, Jorge Soler. Batting third, the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. And batting cleanup, the third baseman, Austin Riley. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Adam Duvall. Batting sixth, the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. And batting eighth, the center fielder, Jock Peterson. And batting ninth, pitching for your Atlanta Braves, starting pitcher, Max Fried. We did have some news from yesterday. The Braves signed pitcher Charlie Morton to a one-year contract extension worth $20 million for 2022 with a $20 million club option for 2023 that has no buyout. He'll be 38 in November, but Morton has shown no signs of slowing down. He's 13-5 with a 3.57 ERA in 28 starts. In his past 20 starts, he's 11-3 with a 2.95 ERA, 141 strikeouts, and 35 walks in 119 innings. So we're getting close to the start time. The start time is supposed to be at 6:20 Central Time in Atlanta, Georgia. I want to welcome you to our YouTube channel. My name's Bob Griggs with Atlanta Dugout Talk. This is the third live stream that I have done. The first one I did without any video of myself, and this is the second live stream with video of myself. In the background that you will see is from MLB.com, showing the box score, the game day, all the information live from today's game. I also have a slideshow showing of many Atlanta Braves fan gear. My brother and myself are affiliates with Fanatics. So if you happen to see a certain item that's on the slideshow that you're viewing, just go down in the description below the video, and I will have a direct link, affiliate link to Fanatics, where you can purchase any Atlanta Braves merchandise. And if you do purchase that, then we will receive a very small commission. There's no extra charge to you. So we'll be seeing the Atlanta Braves playing the Washington Nationals as game one of a 3-game series. The Braves came home. Now they have a 9-game home game series. The first 3 games with the Washington Nationals. So we have a little bit this home series that we're about to participate in should be a little easier. These 9 games that we'll be playing on this homestand are teams that are under 500. The Atlanta Braves have a 1.5 game lead on the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies, last night, they won their game, so they gained a half game on the Braves. So it's a game and a half, and I believe the Mets lost, yesterday, so they are 4 games out of the lead in the National League East. Max Fried is on the mound. 9 starts since the All-Star break. He is 5-2 with a 2.02 ERA. Max Fried's record this year is 11-7. The first batter for the Washington Nationals is the center fielder, Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas is batting .242 with 3 home runs. Max Fried is finishing up his warm-ups. Like I said, his record is 11-7 with a 3.51 ERA. Last 6 starts, he is 4-0. The Atlanta Braves are wearing their normal white home uniforms. Braves across the chest with the red tomahawk underneath. Also with the Nike swish right above the B in Braves. Max Fried wears number 54. The numbers are also in red with a blue trim. His last name, Fried, is in a blue color with the MLB logo on top of Max Fried's last name. We're about to start. The only problem we have is the home plate umpire. If I'm not mistaken, he was scheduled, and it does look like Angel Hernandez is behind home plate. So we never know what will be called, a ball or a strike. Here's the first pitch. He calls it a strike. It is a 90-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Just beginning. Thomas is batting .242. He takes a high fastball, 92 miles an hour for ball 1. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And now here's the 1-1 pitch to Thomas. He swings on and misses on a changeup at 71 miles per hour. So Max Fried has Thomas in a hole at 1 ball and 2 strikes, just beginning the ball game in the top of the first inning. And here's the 1-2 pitch. A off-speed liner to the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. He catches it for out number 1. So Max Fried just took 4 pitches to have Thomas to line out to Dansby Swanson at shortstop. The next batter for the Washington Nationals, the shortstop, Escobar. He is batting .282 with 2 home runs. And here's the pitch to Escobar. He fouls it off, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Now Max Fried gets the sign from Darno. Comes set, and here's the 0-1 pitch. It is fouled off again behind home plate for strike 2. It's no balls and 2 strikes and 1 out to Escobar. Max Fried wants another ball. He throws it off, and Angel Hernandez throws him a ball, and as soon as he does that, he goes in front of home plate and dusts the plate off, so maybe he can see just a little bit better. And now everybody's ready. Max Fried comes set, and here's the 0-2 pitch. And then it's a liner to left field, and it is off the wall. Adam Duvall gets it, throws to second, just a little bit late. So Escobar has a double. It was a line drive off the wall. It was hit so hard it did not have enough time to elevate. If it had, it would have been a home run. But hits just right off the wall, just underneath the yellow line on the left field wall. It is Escobar's 13th double for the year. Now we have Juan Soto batting third. He has a runner on second with one out. And here is Max Fried's pitch on a off-speed pitch at 88 miles an hour. Soto swings over it for strike number one. Soto's batting .298, 24 home runs, and 80 RBIs for the season. And now, here comes the 0-1 pitch to Soto. Another off-speed pitch at 85 miles an hour, and once again, Soto swings over the plate. Juan Soto wears number 22. The Nationals are wearing a navy blue jersey with Nationals in white with a red trim. And now the 0-2 pitch to Juan Soto. And here it is. It is low on the off-speed pitch at 76 miles an hour. It hits in the dirt for ball number one. The runner at second was not able to advance because of a good play by d'Arnaud behind the home plate for the Atlanta Braves. Now we have 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out with Escobar at second base. Juan Soto at the plate. He has a 1-2 count. Max Fried gets the sign. Comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is low on the 95-mile-an-hour fastball for ball 2. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out with runner on second base. And the 2-2 pitch to Soto by Max Fried. He takes a little bit too long, and Soto asks for time, and Angel Hernandez gives him the timeout, and Soto steps out of the box, and we will start the 2-2 count all over again. Soto gets back into the batter's box. Max Fried looks in to get the sign, comes set, and the 2-2 pitch, just a little bit low at 88 mile an hour. Off-speed pitch for ball 3. We have a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The runner on second for Juan Soto. Max Fried so far has thrown 12 pitches in the top of the first. Max Fried gets the sign, comes set, and the 3-2 pitch. And he bounces it in front of the home plate for ball number 4. Good play by d'Arnaud again. So now we have runners on first and second and 1 out. Max Fried was pitching carefully to Juan Soto as he should. Now the cleanup hitter for the Washington Nationals is the first baseman, Josh Bell. Bell is batting .254 with 24 home runs this year. So a runner on first and second and 1 out. And here's the pitch to Bell. It is a grounder back to Fried. He throws to second, gets the force out at second base to make it 2 outs with runners on first and third. That would be a fielder's choice. Pitcher to second baseman Ozzy Albies for the second out. Good play by Fried. Took his time. Threw it kind of low to Ozzy Albies. If it'd been right to him, chest high, they might could have gone to first to attempt the double play. But runners on first and third with 2 out. Now up to bat is Carter Kieboom, batting .246 with 6 home runs on the year. So we have runners on first and third with 2 out. And here's the first pitch. It is an off-speed pitch at 77 miles an hour for strike number 1. Carter Kieboom is not doing too well with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, batting only .118. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another off-speed pitch at 77 miles an hour, but is low and inside for ball 1. We want to welcome everyone that is joining us. We're in the top of the first between the Atlanta Braves and the Washington Nationals. The 1-1 pitch is a base hit to where the second baseman normally would play. They beat the shift, gets a base hit, and an RBI for Carter Kieboom. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Escobar scores to give the Washington Nationals a 1-0 lead. Freed on that pitch just hung a curveball. Did not do what he wanted to do. Just right up, down the middle. And he just goes with it where the second baseman normally would play. So we have runners on first and second with 2 out for Hernandez. Hernandez is batting .275 with 7 home runs and 21 RBIs for the season. And here's the pitch from Freed. He calls it a strike. Looked a little bit outside, but we'll take it. It's no balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, runners on first and second for Hernandez. Freed has got his pitch count up to 18 for the top of the first inning. He comes set. The 0-1 pitch. He grounds it to Ozzy Albies at second base, throws over to Freddie Freeman for the first. Top of the first, the Washington Nationals take a 1-0 lead. Now we go to the bottom of the first inning. I will be back for the bottom of the first in just a few minutes. All right, we're about ready to start the bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Atlanta Braves is second baseman Ozzy Albies. Espino is taking his warm-up pitches. He has a record of 4-4 with a 4.08 ERA. in 14 starts for the Washington Nationals. Espino wears number 30 for the Nationals. He has finished his warm-up tosses. The catcher throws it down to second base. They throw it around the horn and give it back to him. And now we are just about ready for the bottom of the first. Ozzy Albies gets in the batter's box. He's batting .260 with 26 homers and 89 RBIs on the season. And now the first pitch to Albies. He takes one right down the middle at 88 miles an hour for strike one. And now, the 0-1 pitch to Albies. He takes one outside, just barely outside at 88 miles an hour for ball number one. Now the 1-1 pitch. He throws a curveball. Ozzy Albies lifts it up foul down the left field line, just about going into the stands. That makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ozzy Albies in the bottom of the first inning. Espino gets a new baseball. He gets the sign. And here's the pitch. Way high at 87 miles an hour to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out for the Atlanta Braves in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It is high and outside at 88 miles an hour to run the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count on Ozzy Albies, the leadoff hitter for the Atlanta Braves in the bottom of the first. Here's the 3-2 pitch. He takes it high at 87 miles an hour to draw the walk. The Braves have Ozzy Albies at first base with nobody out. Now the right fielder for the Atlanta Braves, Jorge Soler, comes to the plate with a runner on first base. Soler is batting .215, 22 home runs, and 55 RBIs for this season. Part of the season with Kansas City, and since the trade deadline with the Atlanta Braves. And here's the first pitch to Soler. He swings and pops it up. First baseman Josh Bell calls for it and catches it for the first out. The bottom of the first, Ozzy Albies retreats back to first base. So we have 1 out, runner on first for the first baseman for the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman, batting .292, 28 home runs, and 73 RBIs for the season. Freddie is really coming along. He had a just terrible first month and a half of the season, but since then, he is really, among others, carried his team along with Austin Riley. They've done a really good job. The Braves, I didn't mention about Albies, but the Braves, all their infield, first, second, short, and third, have at least 25 home runs for the season. And here is the pitch to Freeman. He takes one on the outside corner. Angel Hernandez says it's a strike. Looked like it was right on the line at 86 miles an hour. Count is no balls and 1 strike and 1 out. Espino shakes off a few signs. Now he's got the one he wants. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Freddie Freeman. He hangs one, but Freddie fouls it off. The pitch was 71 miles an hour to Freddie Freeman. Runner on first base, with 1 out. The count now is no balls and 2 strikes to Freddie Freeman. Pitcher comes set. And here's the 0-2 pitch. No, he decides to try to pick Ozzy Albies off. Ozzy Albies dives back to first. He is safe. And we will try her again. And here is the 0-2 pitch to Freddie Freeman. He takes it high, an 87-mile-an-hour pitch. The count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes for Freddie Freeman. Austin Riley is on deck. He's the cleanup hitter, the third baseman for your Atlanta Braves. And here is the 1-2 pitch. It is an off-speed pitch, way outside at 71 miles an hour. Evens up the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out on Freddie Freeman. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Another off-speed pitch at 70 miles an hour on the outside corner for a ball. Now it is 3-2, full count with a runner on first and 1 out. Espino gets a sign. He comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. He fouls it off. Ozzy Albies was going on the pitch. He will have to retreat and go back to first base, where the count remains full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out to the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. The pitcher for the Nationals gets a new baseball. He looks in for the sign, comes set. And the 3-2 pitch. He fouls it off again. Right by where the first base coach is standing, goes by him into right field. So the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out with Freddie Freeman at the plate. Espino has thrown 14 pitches in the bottom of the first inning. And the 3-2 pitch with the runner going and another foul ball. Foul territory in the left field. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. So far, there's been 8 pitches to Freddie Freeman. Looking for pitch number 9. And the pitcher comes set. Ozzy Albies goes, and the pitch is fouled off once again. The 9th pitch of the at-bat for Freddie Freeman, and the count still remains 3 balls and 2 strikes to Freddie Freeman. Now Espino is ready. He comes set. Throws over the first base. A close play, but Ozzy Albies gets back. He wipes off the dirt from his batting gloves. Shakes the dirt off around the belt area, and now he's ready. The 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runner goes again, and Freddie Freeman lines it in front of the center fielder for a base hit. Ozzy Albies, since he was running on the play, goes all the way to third base. So we have a single for Freddie Freeman. Runners on first and third, and 1 out. Freddie Freeman just poked the baseball. He just stuck his bat out there over the second baseman's head in the center field for the base hit. That's what you have to do, especially with 2 out. Just make contact and put it where they ain't. So now we have the hot-hitting cleanup hitter for the Atlanta Braves, third baseman Austin Riley. And here's the pitch. Swings on and misses on an off-speed 88-mile-an-hour pitch to make it no balls and 1 strike and 1 out with runners on first and third for Austin Riley. He's batting .305, 29 home runs. He throws over the first base. Freddie Freeman gets back easily. Count remains no balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And off speed at 72 miles an hour goes outside for ball 1. We have 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out to Austin Riley. Pitcher gets the sign and comes set. 1-1 pitch. Austin Riley fouls it off behind home plate to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. A runner's on first and third and 1 out. Austin Riley takes a few swings and he's ready. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Takes it high on the 88-mile-an-hour pitch to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out. Espino has thrown 21 pitches. Here's the 22nd pitch. And again, Austin Riley fouls it back behind home plate into the stands, where the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Glad to have Zach Sports Cards and Collectibles back again. Really appreciate you stopping by. And on the pitch, Austin Riley swings at a pitch that's on low on the outside part of the plate. He gets fooled and strikes out for the second out of the bottom of the first inning. We have 2 outs. Runners are still at first and third. Now up for the Atlanta Braves is the left fielder Adam Duvall, batting .227, 31 homers, and 94 RBIs. Last time I looked, he is leading the National League in runs batted in. The pitcher tries again to pick off Freddie Freeman. Plays just a little bit closer, but he does get back safely. I think they're considering challenging the play, but they decide not to. He was safe. And now, here's the pitch to Adam Duvall. Off-speed pitch at 78 miles an hour for a strike 1 to Adam Duvall. It's no balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. And now the runners gets their lead. And here's the 0-1 pitch. At 89 miles an hour, Duvall swings at it on the inside and high. Looked like it was a strike. So we have no balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs. We need to really score at least one of these runners so we can tie up the ball game. Now here is Espino's 26th pitch. It goes outside on the 79-mile-an-hour pitch. Now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs to Adam Duvall. And here's the 1-2 pitch. He hangs one. Adam Duvall, guess what? It's a home run to left field. He hangs it, and no doubt about it, Adam Duvall hits a 3-run home run for the Atlanta Braves to give the Braves the lead at 3-1 over the Washington Nationals in the bottom of the first inning. Adam Duvall, whenever runners are on base, Adam Duvall always seems to come through. Now, if nobody's on, that's why his batting average is so low. But taking another replay look at it, he hung that one. And when a pitcher hangs one to Duvall, he'll do his best. And most of the time, he will hit the ball over the outfield wall for a home run. So he's celebrating. And now up to bat is the catcher. Is d'Arnaud. He's batting .228. He hits a foul popper behind home plate but goes into the stands. The count now is 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. And yes, it is. It is sweet, Zach. It is sweet. And that's right. Adam Duvall does pick up everybody for the 3-run home run. So let's see if d'Arnaud can get it started again. Get some more runners on. 1-2 pitch. He lines it out to right center field. The right fielder, Juan Soto, grabs it to end the inning for out number 3. But the Atlanta Braves put 3 runs across. When Adam Duvall, with 2 outs, it's a 3-run home run, scoring Ozzy Albies, Freddie Freeman, and himself. So after 1 inning, the Atlanta Braves are 3, the Washington Nationals are 1. I'll be right back for the top of the 2nd inning. And we are back for the top of the second inning. As I mentioned at the beginning of our live stream that the Braves signed Charlie Morton to a 1-year, $20 million extension club option for 2023. He'll get $20 million in next year, 2022, and there's a club option for 2023 with no buyout. So it looks like our starting rotation is about pretty much set for next year. Now Adams leads off the top of the second inning for the Nationals. He takes ball one high at 91 miles an hour. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off-speed pitch at 69 miles an hour. I think that's about the lowest speed I believe I've seen Max Fried have on the pitch. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Adams. And here's the pitch. He takes it high and outside on the corner for strike number 1, called by Angel Hernandez. It was a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He lines it down right past the first base bag. He rounds first, goes to second. Soler comes up with it, but does not have a chance to make enough throw at second base. So it is Adams' 8th double of the season for the Washington Nationals. Looked like he kind of hung it just a little bit. And he was able to get enough wood on it to get a double down the first base line. So we have a runner on second base, nobody out for the Washington Nationals. Up now for the Nationals is Garcia. He is batting .232 on the season with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. He is the second baseman for the Washington Nationals. Here is the 0-1 pitch. He swings, grounds it to Ozzy Albies, throws to Freddie Freeman to get him at first base for out number 1. But the runner goes from second to third base. We have a runner at third with 1 out for the Washington Nationals. And now the pitcher comes up to the plate. Espino batting .143, no home runs and no RBIs. Here's the pitch from Freed. He takes it inside on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball for ball number 1. That was Max Fried's 26th pitch for the game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He fouls it off his foot for strike number 1. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner on third with 1 out. Braves are leading 3-1 on the 3-run homer by Adam Duvall in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He swings and fouls it off again. The count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes and 1 out. Max Fried needs to finish this off and get the starting pitcher for the Nationals. He comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch is fouled off again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Max Fried gets the sign from Darno, comes set, The 1-2 pitch. It is way in the dirt outside. He swings at it. d'Arnaud throws the first to get the out on the strikeout on the pitcher. So it was nowhere near the strike zone. But he was looking for a fastball, and he got the off-speed pitch. Good play by d'Arnaud to smother it, throw the first to Freddie Freeman for the second out of the top of the second inning. Now we go back to the top of the order. Lane Thomas, who is 0 for 1 for the night, he has a runner on third and 2 out. And here's the first pitch to Thomas. He swings and fouls it off on the 85-mile-an-hour pitch for strike number 1. Now Max Fried waiting on Thomas to get in the batter's box. And now Fried gets the sign and comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And for some reason, he calls that a ball. As I look at on the box scores, you can see that should be a strike. But it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That was high on the 96-mile-an-hour pitch. Now it is 2 balls and 1 strike. Man, that was. That 1 pitch, that's Angel Hernandez for you. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Yes, down the middle on an off-speed pitch at 85 miles an hour for strike number 2. Let's see if Max Fried can get the strikeout to end the top of the second. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swings on and miss on the 96-mile-an-hour fastball for strike number 3 to end the top of the second inning. And as Max Fried comes off, he wasn't sure if the umpires were going to check him or not. They decided not to do it, so I guess it will be another inning. And now as we go to the bottom of the second inning, the Atlanta Braves still leading the Washington Nationals 3-1. I'll be right back for the bottom of the second inning. And now we are back for the bottom of the second inning. The Atlanta Braves are leading the Washington Nationals 3-1 on a 3-run homer by left fielder for the Atlanta Braves, Adam Duvall. Dansby Swanson will lead off the bottom of the second inning. Dansby's getting ready to get inside the batter's box, waiting for the Nationals pitcher to get on the mound. He does that. Dansby gets ready. He's ready. Now here's the first pitch. A 69-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. Low and outside. Angel Hernandez calls it a strike for strike number 1. And now here's the pitch. He swings on and misses on a 87-mile-an-hour pitch. The count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dansby Swanson, who is batting .256 on the year with 26 home runs. Another infielder with more than 25 home runs. The next pitch is low and outside. Called the ball. It was really close, but just under the strike zone to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the shortstop. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Looks like he might have gone, and he does. A swinging strikeout. They appeal down to first base umpire, and he says that Swanson goes around. Let's see if he did. Yeah, he just barely did, but I believe he did go around. So that's 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Now up for the Braves. The center fielder, Jock Peterson. He's batting .231 with 16 home runs and 56 RBIs. Started the season with the Cubs. Got traded over to the Braves right a little after Ronald Acuna Jr. goes down with a season-ending injury. So he fouls off the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike to Jock Peterson with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. And here's the 0-1 pitch. He lines it to the shortstop, playing second base, throws over the first baseman, Josh Bell, for out number 2. They had the shift on. The second baseman was playing closer to first base than he was second. Shortstop was actually on right behind second base, was able to get to the ball and throw out Jock Peterson. Now we have one of the best pitchers in the National League. He's batting .310, no home runs, 5 RBIs. That's starting pitcher Max Fried. We have 2 out. Here's the first pitch. On the outside corner for a ball at 88 miles an hour for ball 1. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Fried. He lines it foul behind home plate for strike number 1. So we have evens up the count at 1 balls and 1 strike and 2 outs on starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, Max Fried, who's batting, like I said, .310. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He lines it, and it is a base hit. Soto dives for the ball, but traps it. And once again, Max Fried gets another base hit for the Atlanta Braves. He's raised his average once again. He was a hanging breaking ball at 71 miles an hour. Soto gave it a good try, but the ball bounced right in front of his glove. He was able to still get it on the bounce and not go by him. But that is a base hit for pitcher Max Fried. Now we go back to the top of the order for second baseman Ozzy Albies, who walked and scored on Duvall's home run. The first pitch is a 70-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. He fouls it. Looks like maybe off his foot a little bit for strike number 1. He's batting .260, 26 home runs, 89 RBIs. And the pitcher looks in for the sign, comes set. Another off-speed pitch at 70 miles an hour. Ozzy Albies fouls it off. So the count now is no balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. And here is the 0-2 pitch. It is high on the 87-mile-an-hour pitch. Now it is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ozzy Albies. Espino's pitch count is getting up there at 44 pitches, and he's only in the second inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Really high again at 87 miles an hour. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here is the 2-2 pitch to Albies. Swings and misses on the 88-mile-an-hour pitch for strike number 3. So Albies leaves Max Fried standing at first base. At the end of the second inning, the Atlanta Braves are 3, the Washington Nationals are 1. I will be right back as we go to the top of the third inning. And now, let's go to the top of the third inning. The Atlanta Braves are leading 3-1 against the Washington Nationals. This is the first game of a 3-game series with the Washington Nationals. And we're waiting for Max Fried. Remember, Max Fried was on first base, so they're giving him a little bit of time to catch his breath and to go back out to the mound to take up his warm-up pitches. And when he's ready, Escobar, who is 1 for 1 in the game, will be leading off the top of the third inning. So the Atlanta Braves, Max Fried is ready, and the first pitch, an all-speed pitch at 83 miles an hour, is called strike number 1 on Escobar, who had a double in his first plate appearance. Here's the second pitch, an off-speed pitch, bounces in the dirt, goes back to the backstop for ball number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Escobar to lead off the top of the third inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Off speed. Kind of hangs it. Austin Riley makes a great play, then throws over, bounces in the dirt, but the Gold Glove should be winner Freddie Freeman makes a good recovery on the ball and is able to stretch to catch the ball for out number 1 in the top of the third inning. And now up for the Washington Nationals, it's the right fielder, Juan Soto. He walked his first time up. Freed kind of pitched around him. The first pitch is just a little bit low at 95 miles an hour for ball number 1. Max Fried comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Just outside at 94 miles an hour for ball number 2. So we can see that Max Fried does not want Juan Soto to take him deep. He's pitching him very, very carefully, as he should. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Low on the 93 mile an hour pitch for ball number 3. Fried, pitch count is at 41, 15 balls and 26 strikes for the game. So let's see what Fried does on the 3-0 pitch to Soto. And here it is. Just outside, I believe. Yes. Soto wasn't too sure. You can never be too sure with Angel Hernandez. But that is ball 4. So Soto goes down to first base. Runner on first, 1 out. And now up for the Washington Nationals, the first baseman, Josh Bell. We got 1 out. And here is the first pitch to Bell. He lines it to the third baseman, Austin Riley, on a great play to his left for out number 2. So Josh Bell lines out to the third baseman, Austin Riley. We have 2 outs in the top of the third with Soto on first. And now we have Carter Kieboom, who's 1 for 1. Runner on first, 2 outs. And here's the first pitch to Carter Kieboom from Fried. Throws a 93 mile an hour fastball. Kieboom fouls it off for strike number 1. So runner on first, 2 outs for Carter Kieboom. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Called a strike. Might have got a break on that pitch. So now the pitch is no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. It was a close call, but I think the Braves got a little break. Looked like it might have been inside just a little bit. And here is the 0-2 pitch. It is in the dirt. They appealed the first to see if he swung, but he did not swing. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs on Carter Kieboom. Max Fried trying to get out of the top of the third with no one scoring. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fried gets the sign, comes set. And here's the pitch. and off speed in the dirt at 74 miles an hour to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the third inning. Max Fried pitch count is up to 47 pitches now. Fried comes set. And here's the 2-2 pitch. It is a grounder over Fried. Shortstop Dansby Swanson makes a great play and a strong throw to Freddie Freeman to record the third out of the inning. So as we go to the bottom of the third inning, the Atlanta Braves are leading the Washington Nationals 3-1. I will be right back for the bottom of the third inning. And now it's time for the bottom of the third inning for the Atlanta Braves. Now as the pitcher is ready, the batter is Soler, throws a 69-mile-an-hour off pitch where Soler swings over it for strike number 1. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Another one, off speed at 70, and Soler swings over the top of the baseball. Ball was actually in the dirt for strike number 2. Soler is 0 for 1 for the game. And here is the 0-2 pitch. Another off speed to strike out Soler at 70 miles an hour. That is out number 1 in the bottom of the third inning. So he does not throw Soler not one fastball, all off speed at either 69 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour. So now we have the third place hitter for the Braves, first baseman Freddie Freeman. He had a single in the first inning and scored on Adam Duvall's 3-run homer. The first pitch, he takes a ball high for ball number 1. Here is the 1-0 pitch to Freeman, high at 87 miles an hour for ball number 2. Upcoming pitch for Espino will be pitch number 52. And here it is. It is a liner in between the center fielder and the right fielder. Rolls all the way to the wall. Freddie Freeman rounds first, heads to second, with 1 out with a runner on second base. Freddie Freeman hits the double for the Atlanta Braves. Looks like it will change. Looked like a changeup that was up just a little bit. Freddie, as he always does, goes with it. Some of his best hits are between the center fielder and the right fielder. Freddie has his 20th double for the year. Congratulations to Freddie Freeman on that feat for the year. Now up to bat, the cleanup hitter, the third baseman, Austin Riley. With 1 out, Freddie Freeman on second base. Here's the pitch. It is an off-speed, again at 69 miles an hour for ball number 1. It was high and inside to Austin Riley. And as Freddie Freeman leads off second base with 1 out, here's the 1-0 pitch. And Austin Riley pops it up to first baseman Josh Bell. He catches it for out number 2 in the bottom of the third inning. So we have runners on second and 2 out. And now the hero of the game, the left fielder Adam Duvall, who hit his 32nd home run. Of course, he played with the Marlins the first part of the year. Then at the trade line came over from the Marlins to the Braves. And here's the pitch. It is outside on a 78-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, runner on second base in the bottom of the third inning. And here is the 1-0 pitch to Duvall. Again, on the outside part of the plate, ball on a 78-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 2. And the pitcher comes set after getting the sign from the catcher. And now here is the 2-0 pitch to Adam Duvall. No, the pitcher decides to step off the rubber, gets the rosin bag to wipe off his sweat. Now he's getting back onto the mound, onto the pitching rubber. Now he's looking in to the catcher for the sign. Now he comes set. Now the 2-0 pitch, right down the middle. Adam Duvall takes it, an 87-mile-an-hour pitch for strike number 1. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Adam Duvall here in the bottom of the third inning. And here is the 2-1 pitch. It is an off-speed pitch at 77 miles an hour, just about in the dirt. The count now is 3 balls and 1 strike to Adam Duvall with 2 outs. On deck is Darno, the catcher for the Atlanta Braves. And here is the 3-1 pitch. And it is outside once again, another 78-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 4. So now we have runners on first and second. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Travis d'Arnaud is 0 for 1 with a fly out in the first inning. He steps into the batter's box with runners on first and second and 2 out. Pitcher comes set. Here's the first pitch. He takes it bottom of the strike zone at 87 miles an hour for strike number 1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with 2 out. And the pitcher comes set, fixing to throw his 61st pitch. It is high and outside, 87 miles an hour for ball number 1. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Travis d'Arnaud. Here's the 1-1 pitch to d'Arnaud. Way outside and low at 79 miles an hour for ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to the catcher for the Atlanta Braves, Travis d'Arnaud. And the pitcher for the Nationals gets his sign. He comes set. And here's the 2-1 pitch. It is a liner in the center field. He dives and misses it. It goes over his head. And Travis d'Arnaud goes to second. They throw home, and Angel Hernandez calls Adam Duvall out at home plate. We'll see if they will take a look at it. The Nationals are walking off. Adam Duvall is walking off. Does not look like they will challenge the call. So the score remains the Atlanta Braves. And let me see. Okay, Freddie Freeman scored on that play. He scored. So it's 4-1. Adam Duvall is thrown out, but Freddie Freeman scores. So the Atlanta Braves are 4 and the Washington Nationals are 1. I want to get that straight. So the Braves are 4, Nationals are 1, going to the top of the 4th inning. Be sure to check in the description below the video. I have a link to Fanatics where you can buy all your Atlanta Braves fan gear. It is an affiliate link, which means when you go to Fanatics from my link that's in the description below the video, if you order anything on Fanatics, then I will receive a small commission from that order. There's no extra charge on your behalf. So I would appreciate that. It's one way you can help this YouTube channel, Atlanta Dugout Talk. Hope you're enjoying the game. Braves are leading 4-1. So the Atlanta Braves with Max Fried on that play, Travis d'Arnaud, I believe, will be, not sure if it's a single. Let me see if I can find that out. Whether that was, I'm assuming it's a single and an error, and he takes second on the throw. I tell you, that was a close one at home plate. I'm looking at the replay. Looks like the catcher blocked the plate. His knee stopped Duvall's foot from getting in. Now, unless they're saying that the throw took the Nationals catcher into the runner. But they did not challenge the call. So we're going to the top of the 4th inning. Max Fried throws an off-speed pitch at 70 miles an hour for ball number 1. Max Fried has thrown 49 pitches so far in the game. Yadiel Hernandez is batting for the Nationals. An off-speed pitch at 83 miles an hour. A check swing. They appeal down to third base umpire, and he says he did not swing. So the count now is 2 balls and no strikes to Hernandez. Here's the pitch, a fastball at 93 miles an hour swings on and miss. The count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Braves are leading 4-1 in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. It is a liner deep in left field. Duvall goes and misplays, and it bounces to the side of him into and over the wall for a ground rule double. We'll see if it's a double or if it's an error. Adam Duvall gets turned around. By the time he recovers, he cannot make the catch. It's just a little bit out of his reach. He tries to make a backhand scoop before it goes over the wall, which wouldn't have made any difference. But it looks like it will be a ground rule double and not an error. And now Adams comes to the plate with the runner on second. The first pitch, he takes a ball for 1 ball and no strikes. Nobody out with the runner on second base. And here's the pitch from Freed. An off-speed pitch, high and outside, 70-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. Count now is 2 balls and no strikes. Adams is 1 for 1 on the evening for the Nationals. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball at 93 miles an hour, high and inside for ball number 3. So it's 3 balls and no strikes to Adams. Freed looks into Darno and gets the sign. Come set. And here's the 3-0 pitch. Swings on and misses at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, low and inside for strike number 1. So now the count now is 3 balls and 1 strike to Adams. Nobody out with the runner on second base in the top of the 4th inning. And here is the 3-1 pitch. And it is ball 4 on the 94-mile-an-hour pitch. It was low and inside for ball number 4. So now Max Fried has runners on first and second with nobody out. Max Fried's pitch count is up to 57 pitches here in the top of the 4th inning. Now the second baseman, Luis Garcia. He is 0 for 1 on the evening. Gets in the batter's box, ready to face Max Fried here in the top of the 4th inning with runners on first and second. Here's the first pitch. He swings and misses on the 88-mile-an-hour ball, low and outside for strike number 1. Max Fried has 24 balls and 34 strikes for 58 pitches on the evening. And here is the 0-1 pitch to Garcia. It is low in the dirt, smothered by Darno. They throw out the ball and get a new ball for Max Fried. The count now is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Still looking for the first out here in the top of the 4th inning. Runners on first and second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and outside on the 85-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to the 8th place hitter, Garcia. Max Fried comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swings at a 92-mile-an-hour pitch at the bottom of the strike zone inside part of the plate for strike number 2. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Garcia. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Swings and fouls it just past Freddie Freeman, but it was a foul ball that goes down the first base foul line, where the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Garcia. So the pitcher gets a new baseball. How close was it? It was just a few feet foul. Max Fried looks in, gets the sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It is a called strike by Angel Hernandez on the outside part of the plate. I believe he got a break. So it looked outside to me. Let me look at the replay. Yes, it was a good bit outside. Looked what the box, it was outside on a 74-mile-an-hour curveball. But Max Fried will take that for the strikeout. There's 1 out now. With the pitcher, Espino, batting. He struck out his first time. He turns around, tries to sacrifice. d'Arnaud pounces on it, throws it to third for the second out, throws it to first, does not able to get the pitcher at first base. So a great play by d'Arnaud to pounce on it before it went foul, throws the third, and then they throw the first. It was an off-speed pitch, and it just barely stayed out in front of the plate. But it was an easy out at third, and it was a close play at first. I don't think they're going to challenge it. But it was a close play, but I believe the pitcher did beat out the play at first. So we've got 2 outs, runners on first and second. Back to the top of the order for Thomas. Here's the first pitch. Off speed at 76 mile an hour for ball 1. Max Fried gets the sign. Come set. The 1-0 count. Off-speed pitch at 85 miles an hour. High at 85 miles an hour for ball number 2. We've got 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs. Runner on first and second in the top of the 4th inning for Thomas. Max Fried pitch count is up to 66 for the evening. He gets the sign, comes set, the 2-0 pitch. Off-speed pitch at 84 miles an hour, just misses the high and outside corner for ball number 3. So we got 3 balls and no strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 4th inning, Max Fried facing Thomas. And here is the 3-0 pitch. It is called strike on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball, middle part of the inside corner. So the count now is 3 balls and 1 strike. And the 3-1 pitch. Another called strike, a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, closer to the outside part of the plate. So now it's full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runners on first and second will be going on the pitch. There they go. Here's the pitch. And it is fouled off at the plate, where the count remains full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lane Thomas hanging in there. 3 balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs. Max Fried now is up to 70 pitches. Max Fried gets the sign from Darno. He comes set. The runners take off. The 3-2 pitch. Swings. Grounds it to shortstop Dansby Swanson over the first baseman Freddie Freeman, and Max Fried gets out of the top of the 4th inning. Leaves 2 runners stranded. Now as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, the Atlanta Braves have a 4-1 lead over the Washington Nationals. And I will be right back in just a minute. And now we are going to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Atlanta Braves have a 4-1 lead over the Washington Nationals. As I said, the Phillies are 1.5 back, and the Mets are 4 games back. So we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning for the Atlanta Braves, trying to add on to their lead of 4-1 over the Nationals. Leading off for the Braves here in the bottom of the 4th inning is the Braves shortstop Dansby Swanson, Jock Peterson, and pitcher Max Fried. Now we're getting ready for the Nationals pitcher to finish his warm-up tosses. Because remember, he was on the bases running in the top of the 4th inning. He's ready. He plays with the rosin bag again, trying to keep his hand dry. Angel Hernandez puts on his mask. He's ready. Swanson is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Now we're ready for the first pitch in the bottom of the 4th inning. And here it is. It is low at a 77-mile-an-hour pitch to Dansby Swanson for ball number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And here is the 1-0 pitch. Dansby lines it but foul just past the third baseman. goes down the third base line, foul. So the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the 1-1. Off-speed pitch at 70 miles an hour in the dirt for ball number 2. They throw it out, so the pitcher, Espino, gets a new baseball. He has thrown 66 pitches so far in the game. And now he starts and then stops. Someone calls timeout. Now they're both. Swanson's ready in the batter's box. The pitcher is ready. He gets the sign, come set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It is called strike number 2. A 86-mile-an-hour pitch to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. In off speed, Dansby Swanson gets jammed, but knocks it between the shortstop and the center fielder for a base hit here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Swanson hangs with it. It was a hanger. He was fooled, but kind of hits it off the he doesn't get the sweet part of the bat on it. And because of that, he's able to bloop it over the shortstop's head for a base hit. So in leading off the bottom of the 4th, Swanson gets a base hit, runner on first, nobody out. Now the center fielder, Jock Peterson, 0 for 1 for the day. He swings and misses on a 86-mile-an-hour pitch. It was high and up for strike number 1. Jock Peterson is 0 for 1 for the game. Espino gets a sign, come set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This is a liner past the second baseman into center field. Swanson goes from second to third and makes it standing up. So a base hit for Jock Peterson. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. And up to the plate is the slugger, the starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, Max Fried. So we'll see if will Snitker get him to sacrifice, or is he going to get a base hit? Hopefully he'll swing away, but we'll see. Max is a good bunter also, but he's a really good hitter. And now, the first pitch to Max Fried. He squares around, attempts to bunt. He bunts it foul behind home plate, over the catcher and over the umpire, Angel Hernandez, to make it strike 1. Now, Fried is batting .326. Can you believe it? .326 for a starting pitcher. I'm sure he's headed for a Silver Slugger award at the end of the season. He squares around again. On an off-speed pitch, he bunts it just barely, but it goes foul. It's 0-2. Now we will see, is the bunt off? I kind of have a feeling it is. Let's see if Max Fried can drive in Dansby Swanson from third base. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. He is not bunting. He takes it high and outside on the 86-mile-an-hour pitch for ball 1. So we have 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. Runners on first and third for the slugger, Max Fried, the starting pitcher for the Braves. And here's the 1-2 pitch. It is an off-speed. He lays off on the 70-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch for ball number 2. It evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. National pitch count is up to 74. And here is the 2-2 pitch. And Angel Hernandez calls strike 3 on Max Fried. It just barely looks like it did nip the corner on the outside low part of the strike zone for strike number 3. That's 1 out for the Atlanta Braves. Now back to the top of the order, the second baseman, Ozzy Albies. 1 out, first and third for Albies. He is 0 for 1. And here's the first pitch. Just a little high on an 87-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 1. Remember, Albies in the first inning, he walked and came around to score on Adam Duvall's 3-run homer. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ozzy Albies swings over the off-speed pitch at 70 miles an hour to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So we have runners on first and third. Jock Peterson at first and Dansby Swanson, the runner at third base. 1 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Ozzy Albies. Now he tries to pick off Peterson. Peterson gets back. So the count remains at 1 ball and 1 strike. I want to thank everyone for dropping by, enjoying the Braves leading the Nationals 4-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. A foul ball on the 87-mile-an-hour pitch to Albies. The count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Braves' second baseman, Ozzy Albies. Runners are on first and third with 1 out. National pitcher steps off the mound for a few seconds, catches his thoughts, gets back on the rubber, gets the sign from the catcher, comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ozzy Albies lifts the lazy fly ball to center field. Dansby Swanson tags up. He comes home, and the ball is cut off right behind the mound. Dansby Swanson scores on Ozzy Albies' sacrifice fly to center field for the 5th run of the game. Now the Atlanta Braves take a 5-1 lead against the Washington Nationals here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So there are 2 out. Jock Peterson is still at first base. And now we have the right fielder for the Atlanta Braves, Soler. Soler is 0 for 2. An off-speed pitch again. I don't believe he's seen one single fastball. He fouls it off. Count is 0-1. Soler has a pop out and a strikeout for the game. Runner at first. 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Soler. Off speed again. He fouls it off just past the third base bag. The count now is no balls and 2 strikes. I know he would love to get a fastball. Espino's pitch count is at 81. And here is the 0-2 pitch. Another off speed in the dirt at 70 miles an hour for ball 1. The count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Soler. Now the pitcher comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swings and misses on another off-speed pitch at 70 miles an hour to strike out Solora to end the bottom of the 4th inning. But the Braves pick up a sacrifice fly, and Dansby Swanson scores the score now at the end of 4 innings. The Atlanta Braves 5 and the Washington Nationals 1. I will be right back for the next inning, the top of the 5th inning. I will be right back in just a minute. All right, as we go to the top of the 5th inning, good news in the Phillies and the Brewers game. As you can see on your screen, the Milwaukee Brewers have a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th against the Phillies. Now we go to the top of the 5th inning. Max Fried still on the mound. Escobar is batting. Off-speed pitch at 70 miles an hour is high and outside for ball number 1. That was Max Fried's 72nd pitch for the game. Here's the 1-0. An off-speed pitch clips the outside corner of the plate for strike number 1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike, nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. And here's the 1-1. Fouled off at the plate on the 83-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Escobar. Now Max Fried gets the sign, takes a deep breath. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a fastball, 93 miles an hour, out of the strike zone, high, but he swings over the pitch for strike number 3. Another strikeout for Max Fried with his, I believe, his 4th strikeout for the game. So there's 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Now up to bat, Juan Soto. Juan Soto is, I believe he has walked twice. And here's the first pitch to him. On the outside corner, called strike 1 by umpire Angel Hernandez. Yes, he has 2 walks on the evening. It's kind of pitched around Juan Soto. But here in the top of the 5th, here's the 0-1 pitch. Grounder to shortstop Dansby Swanson. He went a long way, dove for the ball, and had to make an awkward throw, but was not able to get Juan Soto for the out. He was very fortunate just to get to the ball. Kind of seeing show a replay of how far he came. So he fielded the ball just barely on the second base side of second base. Game I'm watching, they won't show a replay. But he came a long way from the shortstop position. So we got a runner on first base, 1 out for Josh Bell, who is 0 for 2. And the first off-speed pitch is called a ball. Looked like a strike. Lower part of the plate, a 73-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch for ball number 1. Count as 1 ball and no strikes, 1 out to Josh Bell. And here is the pitch. Just about in the dirt, 74-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 2. Max Fried is fixing the pitch number 80 on the evening on this pitch right here. He looks Soto back. Comes set, throws, just misses the inside corner. 93-mile-an-hour fastball for ball number 3. It's 3 balls and no strikes to Josh Bell. Soto is on first base with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Ball number 4, low and inside at 92 miles an hour. So we have runners on first and second, 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. I'm not sure if the Braves hadn't seen the bullpen yet, if it's started to stir around, maybe to get somebody up. But now up for the Nationals, Carter Kieboom. Carter Kieboom is 1 for 2 on the evening. Runners on first and second, 1 out. And here's the first pitch. Off-speed pitch at 71 miles an hour, high and outside for ball number 1. Carter Kieboom gets back into the batter's box. He's ready, waiting on Freed to get this sign. Freed comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing on and fouls it off at the plate behind the umpire for strike number 1 to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of the 5th with runners on first and second and 1 out. The runners are leading off first and second. Max Fried gets the sign. He comes set. Here is the 1-1 pitch. And off speed again, high at 81 miles an hour. The count now is 2 balls and 1 strike to Carter Kieboom. Max Fried steps off. The rosin bag was either in the umpire's side. He told him to move it by where it'd be behind Fried, where it couldn't be seen. So Fried takes care of that. He gets the sign. Comes set. The 2-1 pitch. It is a grounder to shortstop Dansby Swanson, to second base Ozzy Albies for the force out, for out number 2. The runner at second advances to third base, and Kieboom is at first base. So we got runners at first and third with 2 outs. The batter is Hernandez. Hernandez is 1 for 2 on the evening. We got 2 outs. Let's see if Max Fried can get out of this jam with runners on first and third and 2 outs. Pitch count is up to 85 for the game. Max Fried gets the sign and he comes set. The first pitch to Hernandez. And moves and goes, picks off Keyboom at first base. Keyboom looks like he was going to take a bigger lead. And Max Fried, hesitation and moves over and just froze Keyboom. It wasn't even close. Freddie Freeman tags him on the knee. He was about a step off the first base, was not even close. Ends the top of the 5th inning. No national runner scores for the inning. So going to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Atlanta Braves still have a 5-1 lead on the Washington Nationals. Now let's take a break. I'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th inning where the Atlanta Braves will be batting. Okay, we are back. And yes, Troy Kelly, thanks for that comment. It was a nice pickoff by Fried to Freddie Freeman to get out number 3. And now we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Freddie Freeman leads off. Freddie Freeman is 2 for 2. He takes the first pitch high on a 79-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off-speed pitch. Freddie lines to the second baseman, throws over the first for the out. That's actually the third baseman in that position that makes the play. It's kind of hard to tell. Looked like somebody was playing rover. I'm assuming that was the second baseman that was playing rover in short right field. Then we have 1 out. We have the Braves third baseman, Austin Riley. And here's the first pitch. Off-speed pitch at 69 miles an hour. Man, that's slow. I'm not even sure if Tom Glavine threw it that slow. But we have no balls and 1 strike on Austin Riley. Swing on and misses at another 69-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch for strike number 2. Austin Riley is 0 for 2 for the evening. He has a 0-2 pitch coming, and here it is. Another off-speed pitch. He swings over the pitch at 70 miles an hour for the second out. So a strikeout by Austin Riley. Kind of sort of looked like a knuckle curve there. We have quick 2 outs. Now up to bat, Adam Duvall, who hit a 3-run homer in the first inning. And here's the first pitch to him. He lines it, pops it, foul ball behind home plate. So we have no balls and 1 strike to Adam Duvall. The exit velocity on Duvall was 106 miles an hour on his home run in the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Duvall. Takes it tight and inside for ball number 1 to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Duvall. Low at 88 miles an hour for ball number 2. Espino's pitch count has reached 91 pitches for the game in the bottom of the 5th inning. He gets the sign, and here's the 2-1. A hanger, liner to the shortstop, throws over to Josh Bell for out number 3. That was quick. So at the end of 5 innings, the Atlanta Braves 5 and the Washington Nationals 1. We'll be right back for the top of the 6th inning. Now we go to the top of the 6th inning. The Atlanta Braves leading the Washington Nationals 5-1. Now up for the Washington Nationals is Hernandez, Adams, and Garcia for the top of the 6th inning. Max Fried has thrown 5 innings with 4 strikeouts. He takes his warm-up pitches. And Hernandez will be stepping into the batter's box right now. And here's the first pitch. Off-speed pitch. Grounder to second baseman Ozzy Albies. Throws over the first baseman Freddie Freeman for the first out of the top of the 6th inning. So now up for the Washington Nationals is Riley Adams. He is 1 for 1 on the evening. We have one out here in the top of the 6th inning. And here's the first pitch. A fastball at 91 miles an hour. Angel Hernandez calls it a strike, which it was for strike number 1. Freed gets the sign, comes set. Here's the 0-1. Low and inside at 85 miles an hour for ball number 1. We have 1 ball and 1 strike to Riley Adams with 1 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Just a little bit inside at 83 miles an hour for ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike and 1 out. Okay, Troy says, thank you for the content. I'm heading to work. Have a great night. Have a great night. Hopefully see you on another game here on Atlanta Dugout Talk. Appreciate the comment. Okay, the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like Riley Adams did not like the last pitch from the call from umpire Angel Hernandez. And here's the pitch. Swung on and misses. Strikes him out. Riley Adams strikes out swinging. And it was a strike. Just barely on the inside corner. Misses the pitch. So there are 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Now up to plate, second baseman Garcia. And here's the pitch. A liner over the third baseman Austin Riley's head for a single here in the top of the 6th inning. So we have a runner on first base. Let me look at the replay. How close did Riley come to? No, it wasn't even close. It was by him. No shot that Austin Riley had at that. It was between him and Dansby Swanson, and it was over their heads. So a runner on first with 2 outs. Pinch hitter Keibert Ruiz is batting for the pitcher. Here's the pitch, an off-speed pitch at 73 miles an hour for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs with a runner on first base. Max Fried pitch count at 94. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Slow in the dirt at 74 miles an hour to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Max Fried gets the sign from Darno. He comes set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He breaks his bat, pop up to Dansby Swanson, makes an over-the-head catch for out number 3 to retire the Washington Nationals in the top of the 6th inning. So as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Atlanta Braves are 5 and the Washington Nationals are 1. I'll be right back for the bottom of the sixth inning in just a few minutes. And now we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Atlanta Braves are up to bat. They will have, let's see who, d'Arnaud will be batting first in the bottom of the sixth inning. Not sure if this will be, if Freed is done. He looks taking a deep breath, sitting on the dugout. I guess we'll find out. d'Arnaud leads off the bottom of the sixth inning. A new pitcher, Machado, for the Nationals. Off-speed pitch to d'Arnaud. He pops it up between the shortstop and the left fielder. The left fielder makes a great running catch for out number 1. Andres Machado is the pitcher. He's been in 27 games. He has an ERA of 3.65 with 21 strikeouts. He wears number 57 for the Washington Nationals. Now with one out, the shortstop for the Braves, Dansby Swanson, is 1 for 2, a single in the fourth inning. And he did score on a sacrifice fly by, I believe, Ozzy Albies. Here's the pitch. A liner foul behind home plate for strike number 1. Tyler Matzik is warming up in the bullpen, so it looks like that probably Max Fried's night is finished after 6 innings, just giving up 1 run on 6 hits for Max Fried. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Swanson. Foul off the catcher's mask. Took his mask completely off. Count now is 0-2. The catcher looks like he's all right. Angel Hernandez wipes off home plate, give him a little time to catch his breath. Gets his mask back on. Dansby Swanson steps out a little bit, gives him a little bit more time. Now he's back in the batter's box. Now Machado gets the sign from the catcher. Comes set. And here's the 0-2 pitch. It is a grounder to the third baseman. Charging in, throws to first to Josh Bell for the out. That's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So now we have Jock Peterson, the 8th place hitter. Jock's our center fielder for the night. He's 1 for 2. He also had a single in the 4th inning. So we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And here's the first pitch. Peterson swings on, kind of tips the ball, and his bat flies to the on-deck circle. Peterson looks at his bat. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, he kind of fouled it and lost the bat. Thankfully for the netting, where it did not go into the stands. So we have no balls and 1 strike to Jock Peterson with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball, a 96-mile-an-hour fastball for strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. On deck is Rosario that will come on. If Peterson can get on, he will pinch hit for Max Fried. Remember, Rosario was part of the trade with the Cleveland Indians that sent Pablo Sandoval to the Indians, whom later they released. We now have a 1 ball, 2 strikes on Peterson, 2 outs. And here is the 1-2 pitch. It is a liner to the second baseman, no, to the shortstop, to Josh Bell for out number 3. They had the shift on. The shortstop was playing just by the second baseman. The second baseman was more towards first base. So that ends the inning. The Braves go down 1-2-3. Now we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Braves continue to lead the Nationals 5-1. I'll be right back for the top of the 7th inning. Okay, we are now back for the top of the 7th inning. Looking at the scoreboard, still the Milwaukee Brewers have a 3-0 lead on the Philadelphia Phillies. Now pitching for the Atlanta Braves, Tyler Matzek. Fried goes 6 innings, has 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 4 base on balls, and I believe 5 strikeouts, if I'm not mistaken. I looked at that figure and it went off, so I just got to see it for a second. But I believe that's correct. We'll look at that a little bit later. Now, the first pitch to Thomas from Matzek. A called strike on the outside lower part of the strike zone for strike number 1. Here in the top of the 7th, Braves leading 5-1. And here is the 0-1 pitch to Thomas. Called strike again. It was close. It was on the outside part of the plate. Looked it might be a little bit low, but I believe it might have caught the strike zone as Angel Hernandez calls strike number 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch at 85 miles an hour. Bounces it in the dirt for ball number 1. Matzik gets a new baseball here in the top of the 7th inning. Great game pitch by Max Fried. He goes 6 innings. And here is the 1-2 pitch to Thomas. High and outside on a 97 mile an hour fastball to even the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouls off on the 84 mile an hour off-speed pitch, where the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking at the scoreboard, in the top of the 7th inning, the New York Mets have a 7-4 lead over the Miami Marlins. So hopefully the Marlins can come back and defeat the Mets. And here is the 2-2 pitch. Oh, boy, that was high at 95 mile an hour. Now the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Thomas is 0 for 3 on the evening. Matzik comes set. Here's the 3-2. Fouls off his foot at the plate. The count remains full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The crowd looks on, looks happy, with the Braves having a 5-1 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Umpire Angel Hernandez dusts off home plate once again. Having a hard time seeing, I guess, as usual. Now we're all ready. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Ball low. Now we have a runner on first base. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Not what Brian Snitker wanted based on balls, but that's what we have. It took 8 pitches, but the leadoff hitter does walk here in the top of the 7th inning. Now here's the pitch to Escobar. He fouls it off his leg for strike number 1. That did not feel too good. He's still on one knee, gets back up, kind of walks it off a little bit. See where it got him. It touched the butt. He's got a shin guard on his left leg, and the ball hits just either right above it or right on the very top where there's not as much protection from the guard. So he's still in some pain, trying to walk it off. Angel Hernandez gives him a little bit of time. Now he steps back in the batter's box. Max gets the sign from Darno. Comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He lines it in the right field in front of Soler. He picks it up, throws it in. Runner at first goes to second. We have runners at first and second. Nobody out. He kind of Just went the other way with that pitch. Soler did not have, it wasn't hit hard. It was just hit the other way and dumped into right field for the base hit. The Atlanta Braves have a 5-1 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Matzek just came in here in the top of the inning to replace Max Fried, who went 6 great innings, giving up just 1 run. Matzek does not look good right now. He just threw way in front of home plate. Braves pitching coach looks like he's getting on the phone to the dugout. It's like they may be getting somebody up to warm up. Matzek does not. He's having trouble with his off-speed pitch right now. So runners at first and second for Juan Soto. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Max Fried pretty much pitched around Soto. Soto had 2 walks and 1 hit. The 1-0 pitch is high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Juan Soto. Runners on first and second in the top of the 7th inning. Once again, they're talking on the phone. I'm sure somebody's getting up. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Down the middle, and Soto fouls it off for strike number 1. Appreciate everybody stopping by to this live stream. I'm watching the Atlanta Braves play the Washington Nationals. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing and hit the bell notification to be reminded of when I go live. And here is the 2-1 pitch to Soto. A liner over the second baseman Ozzy Albies' head. Runner scores. It's now Atlanta Braves 5 and the Washington Nationals 2. So Soto drives in Thomas. We have runners at first and third with nobody out. It was right down the middle on a fastball. Good solid contact by Juan Soto over Ozzy Albies into center field. Now Josh Bell will be at bat. Braves pitching coaches comes out to try to calm down Tyler Matzek. Gives him a little breather. Now, Josh Bell is about to get in the batter's box. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. So we have runners on first and second. The top of the 7th. Nobody out for Josh Bell. Here's the pitch. A fastball on the outside lower part of the corner for strike number 1. Good pitch by Matzek. Up in the bullpen, fixing to warm up is Luke Jackson, number 77 for the Atlanta Braves. Now here is the 0-1 pitch. Swings on and misses on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner for strike number 2. So it looks like in Atlanta it's starting to sprinkle. Raindrops are coming down. So it's no balls and 2 strikes to Josh Bell. Here's the pitch. Fouls off into the stands on the right field side. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Matzek has thrown 17 pitches so far in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-2. Off speed. He pops it up to Jock Peterson in center field. Comes in. He throws home where Freddie Freeman cuts it off. The runner does not tag up. Jock Peterson was coming in, and it was too shallow for the runner at third to tag up. So we have one out, runners on first and third for the Washington Nationals. Now batting is Carter Kieboom. Carter Kieboom is 1 for 3 on the night, RBI single in the first inning. So here's the first pitch to Carter Kieboom. It is high on the 96-mile-an-hour fastball for ball one here in the top of the seventh inning. First and third, one out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Another high fastball at 96 mile an hour. The count is 2 balls and no strikes, 1 out. And here is the 2-0 pitch. He swings and fouls it off on the 96 mile an hour fastball. The count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Max Fried had 96 pitches, and he did, as I said earlier, he did have 5 strikeouts on the evening. Now the count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Carter Kieboom. Matzik comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. A liner to Adam Duvall. He catches it, throws home. The runner does not tag up. If he had been, he would have nailed him easily at home plate. So now we have 2 outs, runners on first and third here in the top of the seventh inning for the Washington Nationals. The score, the Atlanta Braves 5 and the Washington Nationals 2. They scored 1 run so far in this top of the seventh inning. Now the left fielder, Hernandez. Hernandez is 1 for 3 on the evening. Matzik at 22 pitches. Here is the first pitch. A liner deep to left field. And it is gone. A home run, a 3-run home run by Tyler Matzik to tie the ball game up at 5-5. There goes Max Fried's great outing for the game. He will not take part in the decision for tonight. Matzik gives up so far 4 runs here in the top of the seventh inning. So we've got 2 out. Brian Snitker comes out to umpire Angel Hernandez. He is going to make a double switch. So since we have a break in the action, I will be right back in just a minute. All right, we are back. That was Hernandez, 3-run homer. That was his 8th on the season. So 3-run homer for Hernandez. Now he is 3 for 5, I believe, on the evening. Now Luke Jackson comes into the game to pitch for the Atlanta Braves, replacing Tyler Matzik. Eddie Rosario replaces Tyler Matzik in the batting order. He will be playing left field. And Adam Duvall goes to center field. And Luke Jackson comes to the game to pitch for the Atlanta Braves. Jock Peterson comes out of the ball game. Luke Jackson's first pitch is a ball low on the outside corner for ball number 1. So we have a new ball game, 5-5. Here's the pitch, just on a little bit low on an off-speed pitch for ball number 2 to Adams. Riley Adams is 1 for 2 on the evening. Next pitch is a fastball at 94 miles an hour, high on the inside corner, called strike 1 by Angel Hernandez. Here's the 2-1 pitch, off speed, fouls it off at 86 miles an hour for strike number 2, which evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. He swings at a terrible pitch, 88-mile-an-hour slider for the 3rd out of the inning. So, the Washington Nationals score 4 here in the top of the 7th to tie the ball game at 5-5. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th inning for the Atlanta Braves, where Rosario, Albies, and Soler will be batting. We'll be right back. And we are back going to the bottom of the 7th inning. We have a new pitcher, number 33, Ryan Harper for the Washington Nationals. He's been in 28 games for the season. He wears number 33 for the Nationals. So he finishes up his warm-up pitches. He will be batting 9th, replacing Machado. Now up for the Atlanta Braves, Eddie Rosario, who came in to the inning before during the switch as far as bringing in Luke Jackson to pitch for Tyler Matzik. Matzik just did not have a good outing. So have to shake it off and come back again tomorrow. Here's the first pitch in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ball high at 71 miles an hour. Pitcher Harper for the Nationals has a little hesitation move right as he is about to deliver the baseball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It is a off-speed pitch, 71 miles an hour on the outside part of the plate for ball number 2. It's a really slow hesitation. He kind of pauses about twice in the windup. And here is the 2-0 pitch. It is low at 72 miles an hour for ball number 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Eddie Rosario, batting .257 on the year. Like I said, he was with the Cleveland Indians. He was traded over during the trade deadline to the Atlanta Braves for Pablo Sandoval. On the 4th pitch, on the 86-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch inside, he takes it for ball 4. So on 4 pitches, 4 balls for the walk. So we have runners on first base in the bottom of the 7th. Then we go back to the top of the order. The second baseman, Ozzy Albies, he's 0 for 1 with the walk and a sacrifice fly. And here is the pitch. Off speed at 72 miles an hour for a ball. The count is 1 ball and no strikes, nobody out with the runner on first in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. High on the off-speed pitch at 72 miles an hour. 2 balls, no strikes. Harper has not thrown a strike yet. He's thrown 6 pitches, all balls. And here is the 2-0 pitch. Nowhere near on the outside part of the plate, low at 73 miles an hour. The count is 3 balls and no strikes. Davey Martinez, the Washington Nationals manager's look on, and is not too thrilled with the start for Harper here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Down the middle at 87 miles an hour for strike number 1. The count is 3 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out with the runner on first base here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He throws over the first. Rosario was about 1 step off the bag. So Harper looks into the catcher, gets a sign. He comes set. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It is a liner deep to the outfield, to center field. It is gone. A 2-run home run by Ozzy Albies. A 2-run home run by Ozzy Albies. The Braves have retaken the lead 7-5. Ozzy Albies hits his 27th home run on the year. He's congratulated by Rosario and Soler at home plate. He comes over. Dansby Swanson. Brian Snitker just about gives him a hug. He's smiling. He's happy. And he comes down the line in the dugout. Soler hits a liner past the third baseman down to the left field wall for a double. Soler gets a double. So in the bottom of the seventh, the Washington Nationals, Harper comes. He hangs one to Ozzy Albies in looking at the replay. He hangs it, and Ozzy Albies does not miss it. It's deep into the center field stands. And the Braves dugout just going crazy over that. And then Soler comes up next and hits a double. So the Atlanta Braves are winning 7-5. There is a mound visit. They come out to the pitcher's mound and they have a mound visit. So the Atlanta Braves have gone back to the lead of 7-5. We will take a timeout and we will be right back in just a couple of minutes. The Atlanta Braves are leading 7-5. And we are back. We have a new pitcher for the Washington Nationals, Alberto Baldonado. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He replaces Ryan Harper, who gives up the 2-run home run to Ozzy Albies. He could not throw a strike to Rosario, and then Albies comes in and hits a 2-run homer. Soler also gets a hanger and hits a double down the third base line. The third baseman really had no chance. It was by him, and he gets his first hit for the ball game. And appreciate everyone coming on. Thank you, Gio. Let's go. Thanks for stopping by. And now the new pitcher, Baldonado. The first pitch to the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. A fastball at 93 miles an hour. Freeman misses for strike number 1. We have a runner on second and Soler. In the bottom of the 7th, nobody out. And here is the 0-1 pitch to Freeman. He misses on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside corner. The count now is no balls and 2 strikes to first baseman for the Braves, Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman is 2 for 3 on the evening. And now Baldonado gets the sign and he comes set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Freddie Freeman pops it up. Third baseman, the catcher. The catcher stumbles but makes the catch. Just barely into fair territory. So we have 1 out with Soler at second base. Now the third baseman for the Atlanta Braves, Austin Riley, is at the plate with 1 out. And he's in the batter's box. Pitcher comes set. Here is the first pitch to Austin Riley, who is 0 for 3. It is way outside the 77-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch for ball number 1. The Atlanta Braves have taken the lead in the bottom of the 7th inning on a Ozzy Albies 2-run home run over the center field wall. And now here is the 1-0 pitch to Austin Riley. He fouls it off to make it 1 ball and 1 strike here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Remember Soler, after the home run, he hit a double down the third base line. He's on second base. Freddie Freeman pops out, so there's 1 out. And here is the 1-1 pitch to Austin Riley. Low and inside on a 78-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. The count now is 2 balls and 1 strike to Austin Riley. Now Baldonado gets the sign from the catcher. He comes set. Here is the 2-1 pitch. Way inside on the 94-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 3. The count now is 3 balls and 1 strike. Adam Duvall, who hit a home run in the first inning, is on deck for your Atlanta Braves. And now the 3-1 pitch. Way outside for ball 4 on an 84-mile-an-hour pitch. So, Austin Riley takes the walk. We now have runners on first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning with who else but Adam Duvall. Adam Duvall had 2 runners on in the first inning, and he hit a bomb to the outfield for his 3-run homer. His 32nd homer for the season between the Marlins and the Braves. Here's the first pitch. It was a ball, but umpire Angel Hernandez called it a strike. So the count is 0-1. I believe Angel Hernandez is hearing it from the Braves dugout. It was nowhere near. And the 0-1 pitch to Adam Duvall. Here it is. He swings and misses on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. The count now is no balls and 2 strikes, 1 out to Adam Duvall. Soler's on second. Austin Riley's on first. Now Adam Duvall with an 0-2 pitch way outside on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. The count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Adam Duvall, who was 1 for 2. It's starting to really rain in Atlanta. A lot of the fans are taking cover right now. So hopefully we will not have a delay. Here's the pitch. It was high on the off-speed pitch at 84 miles an hour to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out. Now the pitcher, Baldonado, fixing to throw his 13th pitch. And here is the 2-2 count to Adam Duvall. It is low on the 92-mile-an-hour pitch. Now the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out. Travis d'Arnaud is on deck. Will the Braves send the runners? It's full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, but just 1 out. Now here's the 3-2 pitch. He struck out. Good thing the runners did not take off. Adam Duvall strikes out for the second out in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now Travis d'Arnaud is the batter. Travis is 1 for 3 on the evening. His hit drove in 1 run, and then they were able to cut out Adam Duvall for the out at home plate. He drives it, and the left fielder looks like he makes a diving catch for the 3rd out of the inning in the 7th inning. But Ozzy Albies hits a 2-run homer to give the Atlanta Braves another lead. The Atlanta Braves are winning 7-5 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Now let's take a break. I'll be right back for the top of the 8th inning in just a few minutes. And now we go to the top of the 8th inning. Luke Jackson is still in the ball game. Garcia is the first batter for the Washington Nationals. He is 1 for 3 on the evening. Jackson just threw 5th pitches in the 7th inning to get out of the 7th inning. The first pitch to Garcia is fouled off for strike number 1. It's the top of the 8th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider is outside and low. 83-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of the 8th inning to Garcia. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He held up, was low, 2 balls and 1 strike to Luis Garcia. And now Luke Jackson with the 2-1 pitch. It is high and outside on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball for ball number 3. The count is 3 balls and 1 strike. And now Jackson gets the sign. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It is a grounder to second baseman Ozzy Albies. Picks it up, throws it to Freddie Freeman at first base to record the first out of the top of the 8th inning. So there's 1 out. Now we have a pinch hitter. Andrew Stevenson replaces the pitcher Alberto Baldonado. He's batting .231 with 4 home runs and 19 RBIs on the season for the Washington Nationals. There's 1 out. Luke Jackson with the first pitch to Stevenson. It is called a strike. It was on high and on the inside corner. It was a ball. But as you know, Angel Hernandez has an unusual strike zone. The next pitch is called a strike. It was a strike, 86-mile-an-hour pitch in the strike zone. So we have no balls and 2 strikes to pinch hitter Stevenson for the Washington Nationals. Here's the 0-2 pitch. He swings and misses on the 88-mile-an-hour slider for strike number 3 for Luke Jackson. He now has 2 strikeouts on the evening. Luke Jackson, he had 1 earlier and now in this inning. So it's top of the 8th, 2 outs. And now for the Nationals, Lane Thomas, who is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Could have been called a strike, but it was high, according to Angel Hernandez. Looks like he's hearing it from the Atlanta dugout once again. And here's Luke Jackson's 1-0 pitch. A slider, 87-mile-an-hour called strike, which it was a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to the top of the order to Lane Thomas. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He swings at an off-speed pitch at 88 miles an hour for strike number 2. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 out for Luke Jackson facing Lane Thomas. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Way outside, 88-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 2. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning for the Washington Nationals. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, an 87-mile-an-hour pitch, and Lane Thomas goes down. That is Luke Jackson's 3rd strikeout for the evening. Now we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, where the Atlanta Braves are leading 7-5 over the Washington Nationals. I'll be right back in just a few minutes. And now we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, A pitching change for the Washington Nationals. Sam Clay replaces Alberto Baldonado. He will be batting ninth. Sam Clay. He will be facing Dansby Swanson to lead off the bottom of the eighth inning for the Atlanta Braves, who are leading 7-5 here in the bottom of the eighth inning. Sam Clay has been in 52 games, ERA of 5.00. The first pitch on the outside part of the plate, ball on a 90-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 1. Here is the 1-0 pitch. It is a liner over the shortstop's head into left field for a base hit here in the bottom of the eighth inning to lead off for the Atlanta Braves, Dansby Swanson. Swanson's on first base. And now, pinch hitting for the Atlanta Braves is number 9, Orlando Arcia. Orlando Arcia is pinch hitting for pitcher Luke Jackson. Here's the first pitch on the outside part of the plate, but outside on a 90-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 1 to Arcia. And here is the 1-0 pitch. It is a grounder to the third baseman. Throws to first base, just barely by step, gets Arcia at first base. So we have 1 out, but Swanson is able to advance to second base. So runner on second and 1 out. Now batting for the Atlanta Braves is Eddie Rosario. He walked his first plate appearance and then came around to score on Ozzy Albies' 2-run homer to give the Braves the 7-5 lead. And here's the pitch. Way outside on an 84-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 1 to Eddie Rosario. Clay looks in to the catcher to get the sign. He comes set, and Arcia calls timeout. So he steps out of the batter's box, takes a hefty swing, and now he steps back in, ready to face Clay. And here is the 1-0 pitch. It is a liner to the left fielder. He makes the catch for out number 2. Swanson has to stay at second. So we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Runner on second. Top of the order, the second baseman, Ozzy Albies, who homered in his previous at-bat. A 2-run homer to give the Atlanta Braves the lead. Now Clay looks into the catcher for the sign. He comes set. And the first pitch, low and in the dirt for ball number 1 on a 90-mile-an-hour pitch. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs with a runner on second. See if the Braves can catch in on this runner on second to give them a 3-run lead. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings at a ball just about in the dirt. Fouls it off. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Albies would like to do what he did last inning if he could. And here is the 1-1 pitch to Albies. Low at 89 miles an hour, just about in the dirt. The count now is 2 balls and 1 strike and 2 outs to Ozzy Albies. Will Smith is warming up in the Braves bullpen. He will come on in the top of the ninth to try to record his save, unless if Albies hits a home run, then he will probably still come in but would not be able to record the save because the Braves would have too big of a lead. So we'll see. Hopefully the Braves will have a bigger lead. And here is the 2-1 pitch to Ozzy Albies. He swings and hits it to left field. And Dansby Swanson scores the 8th run to give the Braves the lead, 8-5 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They have a 3-run lead. Ozzy Albies is on first with 2 outs. That will bring up the right fielder Soler, who doubled his last time up. So the Atlanta Braves have an 8-5 lead over the Washington Nationals. And here is Soler. The first pitch. It is called strike number 1 on the 90-mile-an-hour pitch right on the outside corner. Could have been called either way. It was that close. Soler is 1 for 4 with a double. And now here is the 0-1 pitch. It is low, 80-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. The count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike to Soler in the bottom of the 8th inning with a runner on first with 2 outs. Here is the 1-1 pitch. Just a little bit low at 89 miles an hour for ball number 2. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Soler. Clay has thrown 13 pitches so far in this inning. And here is the 2-1 pitch to Soler. It is low and inside, a 89-mile-an-hour pitch for ball number 3. The count is 3 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning to Soler. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And then it is fouled off down the right field line, but out of play into the stands, which makes it a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on Soler. The runner, Ozzy Albies, at first base, will be going on the pitch. So Clay looks in, gets the sign. He comes set. Ozzy Albies takes off from first. Here's the pitch. It was outside, but Soler chased it for strike number 3 to end the bottom of the 8th inning. The Atlanta Braves add on. They are winning 8-5 going to the top of the 9th. We'll be right back to see the top of the 9th in just a few minutes. I'll be right back. And now we go to the top of the ninth. Heredia is in center field for the Atlanta Braves. Pitching for the Atlanta Braves, trying to record a save, trying to record his 31st save for the year, is pitcher Will Smith, wearing number 51. Herrera replaces Orlando Arcia in the batting order. Now Will Smith with the first pitch for Escobar, a called strike, 92 miles an hour, top of the zone for strike number one here in the top of the ninth inning. Escobar is 2 for 4 on the evening. Here's the pitch, just a little bit low and inside at 83 miles an hour for ball number one. It's 1 ball and 1 strike, nobody out here in the top of the ninth for the Washington Nationals. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed on an 82 mile an hour off-speed pitch. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now let's see if Will Smith can finish it off. Here is the 1-2 pitch. It is popped up to right field. Adam Duvall comes in, makes the catch for the first out. Adam Duvall now is playing right field for the Atlanta Braves. Heredia is in center field, and I believe Rosario is in left. I believe that is correct. Now Juan Soto is up. Juan Soto is 2 for 2 with 2 walks. 1 out. And here is the first pitch to Soto. Just a little bit outside on an 85 mile an hour off speed pitch. Count is 1 ball and no strikes with 1 out here in the top of the ninth inning. Here's the pitch. He hits Juan Soto in the back. And Soto doesn't feel too good right now. He's trying to walk it off. It looked like he got him back and around the kidney area in the back. He's not too happy. Freeman tries to console him at first. Just right below the 22, the second 2 on the right part of the back. Just right underneath the number. Might have even got close to the rib. So Soto is at first base. There's 1 out. Now I believe Josh Bell. He's 0 for 3. He grounds to shortstop, to second base, Ozzy Albies. On to first for the double play to end the ball game. A double play induced by Will Smith from Josh Bell gets Juan Soto out at second, Josh Bell at first to end the game. So the Braves right now have a 2-game lead, waiting to see what the Phillies have done. Right now, the Phillies are losing 9-0 in the, see if I can see that. Looks like the bottom of the 8th inning, I believe. So if that holds up, the Braves will have a 2.5 game lead on the Philadelphia Phillies. And then we'll see what the Mets are winning right now, 9-4. So that if that holds up, they will, I believe, have a 4-game lead on the Mets. So the final score, the Braves 8 and the Nationals 5. The winning pitcher, Luke Jackson, comes in. He is 2-2. Harper gets the loss by giving up the 2-run homer to Ozzy Albies. He is 0-2, and Will Smith comes on and picks up his 31st save for the year for the Atlanta Braves. So on this Tuesday night, September the 7th, the Atlanta Braves defeat the Washington Nationals 8-5. I really appreciate everyone stopping by throughout the game. Enjoy your comments. We hope that, I'm planning on streaming Thursday night. I'm trying to do it about 2 nights out of the week. Right now, I'm looking at Tuesday night and Thursday night. I just started this last week. I hope you enjoy my play-by-play, where if you may not be able to watch it yourself, I can kind of give you a play-by-play and talk about Atlanta Braves. I've been an Atlanta Braves fan since I was little, since I was about in the first grade in 1974. I became a Braves fan because Hank Aaron was chasing Babe Ruth for the home run record. And since then, I've always been an Atlanta Braves fan. I've followed them in the 70s, the 80s, 90s, when they were really losing a lot, and when they had the streak back in the early 90s into the 2000s. So I enjoy talking about Atlanta Braves. Feel free to chat all you like whenever you're checking in on my YouTube channel. That's Atlanta Dugout Talk, where we talk about Atlanta Braves. If you're looking for fan gear, I'm an affiliate with Fanatics. The link to that is just below the description. You'll see where it says show more. Click show more, and you will see a link to Fanatics. And if you happen to buy anything after you click the link on Fanatics, I will receive a small commission. I appreciate that. There's no extra charge to you. Look throughout the description. I have other links. I'm affiliates with Amazon also. But be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. When you do that, you will get a notification when I go live. I enjoy doing live stream. I'm learning, but I'm a big Atlanta Braves fan, and I'm sure you are too. Thanks for stopping by tonight. And on this winning night, the Atlanta Braves win 8-5 over the Washington Nationals. Have a great rest of your evening, and go Braves.